everyone, and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Mom RK from Millennial Mom, and today we're going to talk about finally the wrap up of Married at First Sight, season 17, Denver, the reunion part 2. Aren't we glad it's wrapped up? Aren't we excited? Because this season just drug and it drug some more, but finally it wrapped up. Now, technically, it could have wrapped up last week, well, the week before with part 1. You know, reunion part 1 could have been like the first hour, the shenanigans, and then the second hour, the rest of the shenanigans. I mean, that's just me. I mean, how many episodes? Like 24, 25? I think next week is 24 or 25, something like that, with the Where Are They Now? Now, originally, I wasn't going to review it because I'm like, who cares? And where are they now? But last week I dropped a spoiler courtesy of MAFS fan, and I'm going to watch it. And hopefully, if you don't get a chance to watch the live, because we're back on a regular schedule, next week, join me or catch the replay. So, all right, everyone. So, again, the cast is back with tensions and emotions sitting at an all-time high. There's tears, animosity, receipts, supposed receipts. Okay, I wasn't impressed by the receipts and rumors, or was it just a receipt, no plural? Okay. Again, the season wrapped up on Wednesday night. From what I've seen online and viewer reactions from other content creators and just general Married at First Sight boards on IG, Facebook, or wherever, YouTube, everywhere. Yeah, the consensus is the majority says, we're tired. This cast fooled production. This cast scammed each other. They scammed the viewer. They scammed America. And they're going to go down. And we didn't think this was possible, of being the emphasis on the worst cast of Married at First Sight. Now, we have seen some shenanigans of seasons past with particular individuals in general, but the whole cast, oh yeah, no. They all go down with the ship. Reference the Titanic. They went down with the ship. This entire cast. Okay. So, well, on the reunion part 2, the original ladies, Emily, Becca, Lauren, and Claire are in solidarity, wearing pink because pink to them is the symbol of womanhood, femininity, and everything that's right in the world with them. Oh, well, they say empowerment. While the newest divorcee, Chloe, decided to have her own mind and wear what she wanted to wear, which was a nice purple sparkly dress. So if you are new here to this channel, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to hit that like button, whether you're on here live or in the replay. That really helps. The next season coming out, Married at First Sight season 18, Chicago. Rumor has it that it's starting in July. But I don't know, it could be pushed forward, pushed back to let us kind of like woo-saw from this Denver cast that just was like, you know what, there's too much time, too much Groundhog Day every episode, and the people are tired, okay? And the people are considering whether to continue to watch Married at First Sight. I mean, I say sometimes I'm not, but I'm here for the shenanigans. And Chicago should add a little bit more seasoned salt to the meal. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, so let's see who's here and say hello. So we have Frappes and Tea. Hola. Yes. Comment, like, subscribe, and enjoy the live. Yes. Thank you for joining. And Miss Tamika. Hey, girl. Hey. And the Jasmine Show. Hello there. And Tamika, you say the season was a mess. You know it was. Girl, we talked about this and the audience as well. Being a mess from what? The honeymoon? Okay. Starting with Orion, moving forward. All right. And then we have Sharon. Hello. Good evening. You said 15 weeks. Oh, then you said 25 weeks of foolishness. It's just foolishness all around. Just ridiculous. Sharon co-signs as it said total foolishness. And Frappes and T, you said the ladies acted super immature minus Chloe. Exactly. I have that in my notes too coming up. I do. And then the Jasmine show, you say the ladies were embarrassing and thought they were doing something for real. They thought, well, both of y'all, I didn't think, they thought they were doing something for real on the reunion 1 and 2 and on the different after parties that they were doing. And clearly Emily was the spokesperson, followed by Becca as the alternative spokesperson, with Claire, in my opinion, being the ladies' ringleader. Because to me, she was on the lady side, the ringleader with backup. That's just me. So, all right. Now, I already said that we're back to regular programming on Thursday for the final Whirly now. I'll drop the spoiler again if you haven't seen it at the end of this show for next week. And let's see. Yeah, all right, let's get into it. So I'll go ahead and drop the link. So if you want to come up and speak your piece. I know other content creators have already done their review, but hey, I was out of town. I was doing something, so I'm back now. Back to the show. All right. So shout out to Courtney and Eddie and anybody else who did content review on the Married at First Sight season 17 this year and the reunions and everything else that go along with that. Let's see. Twiggy said you're here for the foo la la. Me too. We're always here for foo la la. I see you backstage. And the Jasmine show says, I know their ratings got to be trash at this point. You know what? Courtney and Eddie did look up the ratings, and it was very low. It was less than normally. I can't say the specifics. You have to catch one of their videos or look at their community page, wherever they put it. But normally, just round it off. Let's say Married at First Sight has about, let's say, roughly 3 million viewers. 3 million viewers. I believe it was under shooting between 500,000 and under 1 million. So it really dropped off this year. The viewership was really down. So as bad as people talked about this season, can you blame them? I think it's really people who have been with the Married at First Sight franchise from the get-go that stuck it out. Because if I didn't, wasn't part of from the get-go, I would probably been like, I'm not watching this, so that's just me. All right. Cynthia, you say, hey, hello, chat and family. Sharon, you say there were so many lies. I'm still confused. Sharon, don't let them confuse you. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. You're not confused. You saw it early on, Sharon. You was in these comments. We was all saying, what is going on with Emily and them? Okay. Anyways, all right. Frappes, do you say the rest of us millennials don't claim the ladies? All right. Well, I hope not. I hope you have better judgment. Okay. You ready backstage? All right. You look real comfortable. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Saturday. I made it back. I was back yesterday, but you were right. I was tired, so I didn't do it. So, did you get a chance to watch Reunion without catching naps? Because I know you like to get some good rest.
I did. I did. All I was doing was shaking my head through the whole thing. Y'all are so stupid. And I don't even like to use that word, but y'all are stupid, or are y'all dumb?
Are you slow?
Wait, okay. Yeah, because y'all wasted our time. I'm like, I need, in about 10 years, they're going to say, if you watch Married at First Sight season 17, you are owed some money, and that's going to be me.
I claim you?
Yes. Yes. It's going to be all of us, because that was ridiculous.
It was. All right, so let's go ahead and get it started. So Kevin sits down individually with the former couple, starting with Emily and Brennan. I'm actually glad that he started with them first, because really they're the ones with the most drama the whole season. So Brennan brings up the malicious rumor, and Emily says, no, not rumor, rumors. And I'm like, plural, rumors? Do tell. So she brings up, of course, Cameron and the hot tub and wanted to double date and things like that. And then she says that Brennan wanted to get it on with her friend Lily, who she's no longer friends with. And then Shady Production did show a picture of Lily. I'm like, I don't even remember Lily. I don't
either.
I remember the two friends from the 80s party, but I don't remember seeing Lily. So, But anyways, Brennan denied. He was like, so what about the guy at the bar? And Emily's like, well, what do you mean? Yeah, we kissed, we made out. As if that's not something. Right? So she's admitted to what she did, kinda. She's like, it was no big deal. But yet Brennan and Cameron just decided to do XYZ, and they are just at fault for all the rumors. So to me, Emily didn't dispel the rumors, plural, because Cameron admitted, even though they showed it later, after decision day, when they all got together for the pizza party, he said he brought up the conversation. So it wasn't Brennan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what was her point? What was her point? I don't get her point. Let me read a couple of comments. So Jasmine Show says, I only watched to support Kevin because he deserved a raise for babysitting. Mic drop. Exactly. Emily, you said I was worried Emily's dress was going to fall apart. At this point, Emily's had so many mishaps happen to her. Would it matter?
Right. Emily was going to fall apart.
Right. Frat Face and T said the real tea is when Brennan said that Emily never liked Claire and had to convince her to get to know her. That too.
Mm-hmm.
That too. But they're besties.
Mm-hmm.
They're besties. Oh, yeah. And before, you know what? Let me drop the little clip of screenshot. Here we go. Boom. Someone on another site said that Emily was going to Claire for therapy.
The blind is leading the blind.
I knew you would like that. I knew you would like that.
I saw that too. But I was just like, yes. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I didn't say that, but I didn't say kidding. But I was just like, this is the blind leading the blind.
Right. I understand that. Okay. And then the Jasmine Show says, I've been saying Emily is a loser. She doesn't know what relationship parameters are. I agree. And you also say frappes ice cream when Brennan said that. Hilarious. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
yes.
Now the besties. So, because I just kind of thought it was odd. Go ahead. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, that the friend. It's like, so she's your ex-best friend. So is it true or is it not? Because if that's your friend, your homegirl, your bestie, then you check your bestie. You know, right. I know that's your husband, but you only been knowing him for 2 minutes. And if this is your bestie, you've been knowing her for longer. And if he came on to her, I hope she would have came to her and said, hey, Brennan came on to me. I just want to let you know. And that's not cool. Or is it not true? Or is it that, he came on or she came on to him?
Right. She said Lily became her ex-bestie after the fact.
Yeah.
And you said, if that's really your girl and you've only known Brennan for, like I said, 2 minutes, you should. But then, light bulb just went off in my mind. Remember that Mindy and Zach situation a couple years ago?
Yeah.
With Zach ended up talking to her friend, which was the bridesmaid, and they were no longer friends. And
Then that wasn't your friend to begin with.
Exactly.
And none of my friends talking to nobody that I was married to or talking to or whatever. That's just off limits. That's not cool. And I wouldn't even do that to anyone. If I see somebody out in the streets and I know I'm looking at them, so I know that they see me with you out with somebody else.
Right.
So now we got to have a conversation.
Exactly. So then we roll on to a different bullet point is, did you hear when she was like, well, about the rumors with her, which really wasn't a rumor, that she admitted getting kissed at the bar. Why wouldn't someone make out with her? She's an 8.5 and what Brennan was like a 3 or a 4, something like that. 6. I'm like, that is so beyond the point, Emily.
Emily is beyond. She's the epitome of a blonde. And it's like, no. And you can be a 10 on the outside. But a -5 on the inside. And what's going to count is what's on the inside, because the outside going to fade. So if you don't have a good heart and a good spirit about yourself, and you're ugly anyway.
Oh no, though. She's going to say, what does she say? She's like, oh, I'm beautiful. Who wouldn't want to do this? And who wouldn't want to do that with me? And I'm the most, non-negative person, And I'm just like, she's saying all this with her childish high school face and
Ridiculous.
energy. I'm like, this is why. Now it makes sense. And another reason she shouldn't have been picked for the show is because one, she's not ready. Two, she mentioned she hadn't been in a long-term relationship. And three, she don't know how to handle things. She went from literal one-night stands, never been in a relationship longer than a month or two, to marriage, not ready, red flag. So let's see. Fake, yep. Jasmine Show says she's a 2 inside. Emily's Delulu, and she's for the streets. Mm-hmm. That
streets don't want her.
Right. So, well, anyways, later on in the interview, with Kevin, Emily is insisting that everything is Brennan's fault. And Brennan is constantly saying, like, why would I want to stay with someone after he said week 2? Was it week 2 or day 2? Anyways, it was real early.
It was something too. Yeah, it was. I think it was week 2. Okay.
He said, I thought you were attractive, but I wasn't attracted to you. And I thought that was a fair statement because that happens. You know what I'm saying? I could like you, but I don't like you like that. I mean, I'm not tooting my own horn, but a little while ago, someone wanted to talk to me, but hey, we cool as friends.
Right.
You have to make it clear with men, you just want to be friends, because otherwise they somewhere else be like, no, I said I wanted to be friends. If I want to be friends with benefits, I said that. But I don't like you like that. I like, you're cute, but I don't like you like that. I don't like your energy.
Right. Right.
So, but she's so into herself that she doesn't believe that someone wouldn't want to be with her because that's what she's used to doing. The one night stands. And I just have to call a spade, sleeping around. That's what she was doing. So.
But there's a reason why that's nothing to be proud of, is to have one night stands. There's a reason why you having one night stands, because you're not girlfriend or relationship material and you only a hot and ready. Ooh. And that's it. Let's be clear. You're a hot and ready and you're not girlfriend or relationship material, because they ain't bringing you home to meet their mama. I can't even say it, but they just doing what they got to do and they locking the door on their way out.
Okay, wait. Hot and ready from the deli or hot and ready? Never mind. You ready backstage? Hello, Jess. How are you?
What's up? Y'all was talking mad big. I can't say that word. Y'all was talking mad-ish. So I was like, let me get on here and see what they're talking about. Because
hold your thought for a second. Let me read 2 comments. So Deborah W says, hello, by the way. Never should have been picked. You can't go from relationship expectation, I guess, to marriage. Marriage requires knowing how to compromise, which is learned through experience. Exactly. And then,
she was saying no relationship experience.
Okay. And then Sharon said he got turned off when he heard she was only, doing the hookups. Which that's true. That plus the drinking, plus her drinking. She admitted that she likes to.
But why couldn't he say that? That's what he didn't want to say on camera for the whole season?
But her friends told him that she was an alcoholic and she was loose in the pants.
Her friends are not her friends, though. That's kind of messed up to say that about your friend to their new husband. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said your friend said that you drink a lot and you have one night stands.
Yeah. So sometimes it's in the vows. And I'm like, why would you say that in the vows for everyone to hear? That's a personal conversation. Real quick, Deborah W also says even the one night stands don't come back for seconds. So that means you're the problem.
Right. They're not even finished. Listen, they're not even finishing their plate, honey. If you know what I mean.
Right. Right. So, well, originally Brennan said that on decision day, they were going to say, yes, they want to get a divorce, but yes, to stay in friends. I said, no, Brennan. No. Because from the accident to the healing to the restaurant scene when she slid down the bathroom wall, we're not friends. We're no friends the next week.
Right. He put down some dish detergent so she can fall and try to take her out.
So when was that happening? And Emily was like, I never heard of that before. That's the only time I believed Emily. I'm like, nah, that didn't happen. Because too many things happen along the way where it showed that he doesn't like you, right?
Right.
So, well, anyways, again, it's Emily's energy for me. That's just like every comment is like she's rolling her eyes and just like, you can't be talking to me. I'm just too good for all this. What's going on? And Brennan did say too that Emily, because again, he doesn't like her negativity. And I'm not team Brennan, but I'm leaning more on Brennan's side. He gets the majority for me, the 51%, because you can see Emily along the way and on the after parties with her comments being negative. And I have said along the way on these, on the reviews is like, what is happening behind the scenes with them? You know what I mean? Because she admitted to what the experts or on not the experts, excuse me, Keisha on the after party, how she didn't feel safe and all this and that. But I was like, why can't you say that to the experts? If you don't feel safe, why would you still be there? But Emily is just determined that it's not her. And Brennan said it is. And I just didn't want to be bothered. So,
right.
And he said that Emily said if he left her, she would make his life a living hell.
She probably said that.
I believe that. I absolutely believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of Brennan, but I do agree. I feel like Brennan could have been honest with her sooner, but I see why he wasn't, because she was going to be crazy regardless.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to ride this out so I can bow out gracefully, but she will not allow him to do that. And even her saying the petty thing about like, oh yeah, I hope I find your new girlfriend so I can warn her to run away. I'm like, girl, you are bitter Betty. Like, get over it. And as much as I'm healing, you're not healing because you go into the devil that is Claire for therapy, and y'all need to sage both of y'all self, okay? So y'all can pass out because there's something wrong with y'all.
Yeah, they're gonna burn up with the sage.
Deborah W says she turned out to be the negative person Brennan said she was all along. Exactly. That's why I said I give Brennan the 51% majority on this, because her personality is showing, her sarcasm, her, flippancy, her acting like she's in high school, 16, 17, and just like, it's all about me. It's all about me. You're supposed to be grown. She's what, 28? You're grown.
Yeah. Nothing no better.
But
it was just like, for me, it was her cueing the white lady tears every time somebody like said something to her that was pissing me off, because I feel like she because I saw how like disrespectful she was to like Keisha and Kevin specifically, I knew she was saying crazy stuff to Brennan. Like, I know for a fact she was, because I was like, it's no way you just coming for these people that are doing their jobs.
Right.
And did nothing to you.
Did nothing. And I was like, Kevin was standing up for himself. He was like, just because you get loud, you think I'm gonna get rattled? Like, no. Like, what are you doing?
Not know about me.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that man needs a raise, because it's no way. She better not get any more airtime on any shows. They better not bring her back for a reunion. Nothing.
No.
Frappe and T said it makes sense why he was getting frustrated with Dr. Pia when Dr. Pia came over, because he was trying to save face for her. Emily fooled us and production. So, anyways, well, Brennan ended up saying he was dating. And she's like, of course you are. And she's not. So I'm like, girl, you need therapy from someone other than Claire. So let's call that out.
What's her name? Ayala. Fix my life. She need to put her chest to the ground, to the earth. Beloved. Put your chest to the earth, beloved.
It's gonna be all the tears.
Exactly. All right. So then before the first men group session, Brennan isn't feeling good, so he's going home to rest. I'm like, Brennan, you did the reunion part 1, so what? Now you got the bubble guts? What's happening, Brennan? What's happening? I'm just curious why he felt like he needed to go home. So then Kevin has who out? Says this season's been different, and how they tried to, fool us with the games. They did fool us. They did scam us. They scammed everybody. And he said it's hard to tell who's telling the truth and who's not. I have to say, I give the men the 51% majority on this. I do believe there's some truth in what the ladies are saying. I take Becca's truth more than Emily and Claire for sure. And Lauren wasn't on there long enough, so she can only speak to what she knew from Orion and then what the ladies were telling her. So that's why I give Ben more of the majority on that. Well, let's see. Okay, now we moved on to who's next?
Was it the experts that came?
No, but this is
Next.
the men's group session. The men's group session. So if they start back with Brennan. He talked about, he didn't have any ill intentions. And he said that he actually came on Married at First Sight for the right reasons, but he also didn't realize that his life would be in full view of the public. I'm like, you're on TV.
You didn't notice that?
Where you thought this was going to be filmed at? For him and his family?
You didn't sign no contract that said it.
He was like, I just didn't realize my life would be disclosed like this. I was like, okay. But yet the pact was, we come on the show and we're going to get our IG followers up. I'm not following none of them on IG. I'm not interested in not a one. So then he goes around and asks Orion about how he feels about his relationship, how it turned out. He says, because Kevin said he knows it was contentious from the start. Orion says there was a lot of push and pull and a lack in conversation. And he kind of wishes that conversation, because he said it when he was with Lauren again, that the conversation was different, that he learned something. Question for me. And I think they asked him the wrong question. They should have asked him, in my opinion, because this is what I want to know. What was the conflict when you brought up the indigenous people and Lauren repeated back to you? Like, what was that click right there that made you be like, I can't no more? That's what I want to know the real question of.
That.
Right.
Yeah, because we already
out.
Communicate, right? But that right there to me was the tipping point. So of why their relationship went south. So I don't care whatever else they showed when they were sitting together, but that was it for me. And then Cameron said that his heart problems aren't hereditary. It's a stress-induced broken heart. I said, if you don't take several seats, okay, and never get up, because you said that week 4 or 5 about your daddy when he was with your mama. The reason your dad is broken, crippled now. Sorry, Dad, this is what your son said, okay?
Right.
Why he didn't come from New Zealand to be married. Matter of fact, they didn't even know he's getting married because his dad had a broken heart from 20 years ago when they got divorced.
Sure did. And you got that EKG off a line. It's an Amazon EKG. You got it straight off Amazon.
Yeah. The receipt, the one receipt that is not useful to us.
You can see my heart stop 3 times. Shut up.
Hey, Courtney and Eddie, this season was a total bust. It was, but just to say that, it's not hereditary, but I think he forgot he told that story. So we've all been through at least one heartache along the way, correct?
Yeah.
Have you ever had to get you an EKG and then to shock your heart back?
No,
definitely not.
Are you? No. I mean, as women, we're more emotional. We probably cried about it for a week or 2, maybe a little more. But I never went to the ER to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Come back to life. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Cameron is lying, right? Deborah, Cameron said his dad had the broken heart syndrome.
That is what he.
And he also said his dad had a lung problem after the fact.
Yeah.
So Cameron said both. So I was like, no.
Tried to save face.
Yeah. So I know Devontae's not on here, but in the words of Devontae, the spiders is the one that got you caught up. Okay, because Devontae was stuck on those spiders that Cameron had. So maybe one of those spiders was poisonous and got out. And spiders can do that to you now because he had tarantulas and everything. Maybe one of them was poisonous, and maybe that caused his heart function to decline.
Yep.
Because there weren't no broken heart syndrome. You had to get it shocked back to life 3 times. Talk about this receipt. Yeah. The receipts I got receipts.
They weren't together long enough.
I got receipts. I got a stack of chemo infusion receipts for 3 years. That's receipts, not no little, here's my receipt.
Right.
Get
I
out of
think it was gonna be something good.
That was a CVS receipt.
Yeah, the face sheet of the actual hospital that you was in. Get out of here. He tripping. Anyways, Michael is is the one to not rock the boat. I wrote down that he gave his usual PhD thesaurus dissertation thesis to the camera. Felt like, things maybe didn't work out and how the guy should come together. I'm just like, whatever. You know how I feel about Michael. He talked too much. And for not saying nothing. Pat Holcomb said, he also said something about her finances. Who?
Oh yeah. He said Emily, she didn't make that much money, and she like, I make more than you.
No, he said she doesn't know where her money goes. Like she spends all of her money.
Uh-huh. Well,
it's a good concern. Like I remember, probably 20 weeks ago when they had that conversation, and he was like, yes, it probably was 20 weeks ago at this point. Like, I think he asked like, oh, so like, what is your budgeting like? And she's like, oh, she made it sound like she spends frivolously, like she doesn't have a budget.
Well, she did say that. She said, I make money to spend money because she don't have no kids. She just lives by the seat of her pants, does the foo la la, and keeps it moving. That's what she does. She admitted that. Remember that.
I feel like there's an in-between that you should be at 28. I'm just saying, but okay.
For sure. All right. I have another quote to pop up. Here we go. Hope this is the right one. From very early on, these husbands told and showed their wives they were not attracted to them. They could not even build friendships. So we are seeing the manifestations of hurt and disrespect. You agree? I agree. All right. So anyway, so after the men said what they had to say. Oh, by the way, Brennan wasn't there, like I said, because he wasn't feeling good. And neither was Cameron, because Cameron decided he weren't feeling good either after a certain time when all the group men got together. I'm like, he probably went with Brennan to talk about what they were going to say next.
Right. What's plotting their next move?
Yep, that's probably what they was doing.
Since they're the masterminds, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Sharon said, yeah, she was bragging more money than him. Excuse me. And Pauline said, when is the season going to end? None of these couples like it. So why are these couples still here? This season is over. Time to wrap it up. One of the worst seasons I've seen. Correct. Well, the season technically ended Wednesday, but there is a Where Are They Now next Wednesday, which is supposed to be the final. And I'm gonna drop the spoiler again. I'm gonna watch it for one particular reason. So all right.
I want to see.
Okay, so let's see. What is next? So now the men and the ladies join. And Cameron, he's talked this smack. He don't feel good. Like I said, he's not there. But then Kevin asked the group again, where do they all go now? Where do they are they going to go now in the future? Again, Michael gives his thesis, but he also apologizes to Chloe. And he's truly the one that I felt like the apology was genuine. I do. Chloe accepted the apology. Brennan, again, talks about the good intentions. Brennan, to me, is kind of like a robot. He's saying the same things over and over and over again. Like Brennan sticking to the script. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's like, you can't say I said it because I said this 5 times. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a lie, he's remembering his lie. So
I be devil's advocate, but I'm not team Brennan. Y'all know I don't like Brennan, but I believe what he said. I believe that he understood why she was hurt. But at the end of the day, you can't make somebody be unhurt with your apology. So I feel like he was doing what needed to be done and getting out of there.
Right. And I picked this up because I gave a little thing. You probably couldn't see it, but I write quotes down every day or whatever strikes me if I hear it or see it. What I wrote down probably like a week ago, it says, your reputation is what people think of you. Your character is who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So that's for these people. Or for anybody, anyways. Deborah says, I feel none of them should have been matched. Supposedly 4 of the men were recruited. Well, they're always recruiting. However, the way they recruited this time, they shouldn't take that path again. They should go back to old school
Right.
They must have been on Tinder. Definitely on Tinder. Like, hey, that's what they do for Love Is Blind. That's what they were saying they was doing on Love Is Blind. So.
Oh, really, on Tinder? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they matching with people and then chat them up, I guess, and then be like, oh, like, let's have a meeting or whatever. But you think you matching with some girl, but she's actually casting for a show.
Oh, okay. All right. I get it. But I actually like Love Is Blind, but we can talk about it another time.
It's the same producer, so I think that's the issue.
Oh, okay. But Brennan did say that, like you said, he was being transparent and he's realizing how things made him, not just him, but the cast themselves made them look. And, he just didn't want to continue to have that outlook. So he apologized to Emily, and Emily's like, well, I accept your apology, but, I don't believe you. I'm like, girl, you can just like leave it.
Ignorant.
Just leave it at that. So, but anyways, I thought Chloe gave the best response, and if you think about it, Chloe is 10 years older than the ladies. So it's a different level of maturity. Not all the time, a level of maturity depends on the person. But for Chloe, definitely, she's like, we all did ourselves a disservice. Well, basically them, because they came in a little too late to sign up for the shenanigans. But if you're not being authentic to yourself, this is what happens, So I don't know.
You said that Chloe is scripted. He said she always said the perfect thing, so much so that it's never like, it doesn't come off authentic. But he was saying it the whole season.
Oh, really?
It's like every time she open her mouth, it sounds like the perfect thing to say.
Well, same thing for Michael too, to me. Same thing.
What he be talking about. So he be going around in a circle.
His PhD dissertation on nothingness. Anyways, Lauren says sometimes you don't get the apology and move on. I like what she said too, but to me it's how she said it with a little side-eye, a little sass to her. And I'm like, really moved on from the Orion stuff, or is that still lingering? Because she's not as angry. I don't want to say angry black woman. She's not don't have the same energy, but she has the same energy. You know what I mean?
See, I'm disappointed about Lauren, to be honest, because I feel like she was actually robbed of the process. I feel like if anybody has the right to be upset, it is her. But I'm just mad that she's like so close with the bitter Bettys, as I keep calling them. Like, I'm just like, I wish that you would rise above this shenanigan thing that's happening up here, because it's a waste of energy. Like, you can be using that energy to work on yourself. Like, like they're like, oh yeah, us. I'm like, y'all are not victims. Y'all are not victims. Like, what is happening? Yeah, I don't like that.
Fred Payson said Lauren is a follower of the ladies. Yeah, because Lauren's hearing all this stuff secondhand and, getting upset. I mean, I understand getting upset if those were, you knew these ladies, these were your real friends from a while ago. But she did say at once upon a time she was there for encouragement purposes, but she just got caught in the web too, where she just has the same low animosity. I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like,
the vibration is low, and when you around that, that's what happens. Like, they all sound like parrots saying the same thing in a chorus or something. Like, it's very annoying.
Right. It is. Deborah W. said Orion talked about the energy we saw from Lauren towards the end. Well, Orion doesn't hold a lot of weight.
Listen, Orion can't say nothing until he moved out the house with his mama. You still live in your mama's house. So, no.
Orion is a loser, too. That's another one. Him and Emily are like opposite sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to talk and open his mouth and sound so eloquent, but he's not saying anything and he's lying. Everything he's saying is a lie.
And I was surprised when I was looking at their ages again. So Orion was actually the baby of the group at 27.
Yes.
The baby of the group.
You stop it. Because he got to be at least 35.
No.
He had a hard life. He had a hard life.
Every single time they match the young guy with the older black woman, it don't work. Remember Sheila and Nate? It's a no.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't match these black women with these younger guys. They got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
I still say from back then, Nate's dad was my favorite at the reception.
He was drunk.
I know. He stole the show. What he said? No greater love. That is favorite part right there. All right. Courtney said, "Grass boy can kick rocks."
Yes.
You're looking 42. That's what she's saying.
No, seriously. Right.
Pat Holcomb said he probably had a congenital heart defect that is just showing up now. I think he's going to try and sue the production company. Who, Orion?
Interesting. No, we think
Cameron.
Oh, okay. Deborah says, again, he should have not been matched 27-32. Women are more mature than men. That's true. But I didn't realize he was, 27. If you're under 30, that's young to me. But I didn't realize he was 27. You know,
he's 35.
He's young. Yeah. To be married with a 32-year-old black woman is way too young, in my opinion.
Yeah. Listen, you can't talk to me unless I can't talk to nobody that can't put nothing but Facebook and Twitter in their name. You don't even got a house in your name.
Well, you know, we're about
people that's 27 that got houses then. Come on.
No. I'm talking about him, not all 27-year-olds, because my daughter does, and she's 27. Right. But yeah, I'm talking about him. He can't say nothing to me. He can only put Facebook and Twitter in his name.
That Sanford and Son truck he was driving, I'm good.
Girl, that was from Sanford and Son.
So, but he did say it. I didn't mention this earlier, but we'll get to it when they meet up with Lauren and Orion. They're actually after the ladies, but I'll just say it now. When he mentioned he was dating, I was like, oh, for real? Are you dating within your community? Because if you're dating outside your community, regardless, is it in your community? Because he really makes it seem like he tried, he wanted that before when he got with Lauren, but now that didn't work because the possibility of indigenous comments may, send him down the wrong street again. That is he back in his community?
I don't think he is. He was giving me like the mixed kid that wants to lean into their minority. He was giving me, and we saw his friends. Were any of them indigenous? No. He probably dating a white girl or a white young man. Okay, I don't know.
Well, he should be with whoever makes him happy.
Whoever can deal with him.
Orion. Anyways, all right. So let's see. Did I mention Becca said she's ready to put things behind her too? But Becca has tears in her voice every time she talks about this process and Austin. So I don't think she also is over the process and Austin as well. So I don't know.
She also broke up with him. So let's get back to that. He didn't break up with him. She broke up with him.
Right. So, well, she did tell her mom she regretted it. So, but we know Austin was ready to move on anyway. Anybody who's not giving you any intimacy in any way, shape, or form, not even like barely a peck on the lips, he's not into you. What's that movie? He's just not into you.
Yep.
So now the ladies, it's their turn to finally speak up about what's happening with the relationships. And the ringleader, Emily, starts off by saying, well, that's when she jumps down Kevin's throat about, the men trying to apologize, but they should be apologizing to Claire. Why are you not doing to Claire? And she gets on Kevin, and Kevin's like, what? Like, girl, what? What do I have to do with this nonsense?
Exactly.
You talking to me?
Right. Emily's mama. That's who I want to talk to, because how she here disrespecting her elders, talking to people crazy. What's up? Did she get any whoopings growing up? Because it's giving I didn't get any whooping.
or
who you talking to? Because I wanted to think she was talking to Keisha crazy. I'm like, you know what? If I see Emily on the street, it's on site.
On site. Oops. Let's go to Colorado. On site. I'm already ready.
I've got to double mute your mic. Wow. Well, she's, wrapping it up for Claire and everything. Claire's not really saying nothing. Not to the height that Emily has it, right? But Claire tries to say her piece, and then she goes into, I'm saying from my point of view, therapist mode. Well, we've been there. We tried to, analyze and whatever she was saying. But now it's behind us. We're moving forward. I'm like, girl, you trying to sound professional? It's not working though.
It's not working. Not at all.
So let's see. Chloe said that she's found her life. She's never in her life been in a type of position where, you know, it's been all kind of drama and all this other stuff that's going on. I'm like, girl, you walked into this halfway through the season.
Mm-hmm.
Had this drama weeks ago. Little did you know, and Michael, you know, so
I was wishing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, she again told them to be their authentic self. That's all.
I was wishing that they brought up that vanilla comment that Emily said.
What vanilla comment?
Remember about the vows? They were so vanilla.
Yeah, she's a hater.
Yeah.
I was wishing they brought that up.
Brennan ain't never lied. Brennan was on point. He was like, I don't like her. I'm not going to tell her I don't like her, but she's negative, she's nasty, and I did think she was cute at first, you know, but her, I can't even look at her now. She just is a disgusting individual.
Right. Mm-hmm. Sharon says Kevin didn't call Austin on the carpet. He got off easy.
That's true.
And then Deborah said Emily was the common denominator in all these people's relationships. She destroyed them all. Whatever pact they had that was a bad movie that went straight to DVD.
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray. That's what they did. There was a D-budget acting performance that went to DVD. And we weren't here. So anyways. All right. Oh, one more comment. I'll move on. Deborah said, I read it all. Okay. So then we have the sit down with Lauren and Orion. I mean, it's really not much to say. We kind of talked about it already. Lauren says she's back to the swing of things. She's good. She's doing fine. She's moved on. She's healthy. Orion said the same thing, but Orion doesn't say the same thing believable to me. He's just kind of like, you know, his eyes are down. His energy is down, you know, when he's talking. So really, you know, moved on? Are you really happy with yourself and your direction in life? And again, Orion said he was originally attracted to Lauren and that she was everything he was looking for. He likes her smile, this and that. But, you know, when he found out that, you know, after they talked about what they like and, oh, you like to do this, you like to do that. And yeah, me too. Maybe we could, you know, have the little twinkle in the eye. But wait, when's the last time you was intimate? Oh, a year and a half ago. What about you? 2 months? 2 months. No, I can't. You know?
Yeah, he was mad because she getting some and he not.
Right. But she said she stopped when she was picked for the process, which was 2 months later. But again, we said on this show, Courtney Daddy, I'm sure the Jasmine show as well. I had a life before you. I didn't know I was going to get. So what difference does it make? You know? So to me, that's a catch-22. So if you like me, you're attracted to me, cool. But that one little incident, supposedly on day 2,
right,
took it away, sex off the table, and then the next day or whatever it was, the comment that I repeated back to you was the final straw. So
I think it's a young-minded thing because I feel like once you get a little older, you realize, oh, I'm meeting this person at this age, but they have had relationships and things happen before, and I either need to accept it or keep it moving. If you can see a grown woman having sex with somebody that's not you before meeting you, then you are insane. You need to keep it moving, and you're too young to be dating.
Exactly. Well, he apologized again to her for, you know, gaslighting. He said he learned not to do that anymore. I'm like, yeah, okay. And then Lauren alluded to she was dating, but maybe not an actual relationship kind of thing. She said it was a whole nother show. I'm like, girl, keep that to yourself. All right. Because I don't want to know.
Right. Don't go on another. You don't need to go on another show.
Over it. And no, right. Like I said, he's dating. So now the experts are there. And they're saying, you know, they weren't happy how things went and they were listening to the reasons why. And to me, Dr. Pepper was a little biased to me.
To who?
I said, in my opinion, she was a little biased. I think she took the side of the ladies after hearing the ladies' conversation first, because when they got to the men, she's like, oh yeah, well, we heard what the ladies said, and how could you treat them like that? They're not. And I'm like, wait, you haven't heard what the men said yet.
Mm-hmm.
It was a weird interaction because I feel like the ladies knew they was dead wrong. They came in, they didn't even greet the experts. That was the first thing for me. I'm like, so y'all got matched by these people, have a relationship with them. Y'all don't even greet the experts, right? So they came in here like they was big and bad and sat down, and the guys at least was like, hey, how's it going? Dapping people up. So that energy already gave me like, they are not the villains here. Like everybody contributed to the situation, but they're at least taking responsibility, I think. And there was no accountability from the women at all.
None.
Well, I liked when Dr. Pia said that, you know, she feels played. That's a quote. And she says, I'm truly a clinical psychologist. I just don't play one on TV. I said, you better say it, because they tried to play you. They tried to play you, girl, this whole season.
All season.
Right? And so Pastor Cal said, you know, it was frustrating. He was confused. He said, we really do try to match them in the best possible way we can. And then Dr. Pepper, you know, she has her own point of view for whatever, but I don't know. I just think that they do need a new fresh set of experts. Pastor Cal has been on since season 4. So going to Chicago will be 14 seasons. Dr. Pepper is the entire season so far, 17. And Dr. Pia, she said 2 full-time seasons. Because remember when she was on, it was like halftime with
her with Devon.
Yeah.
That was a waste of our time too, you know. So well, anyways, Becca apologizes to the experts for not getting to know them better and not getting to know them in an authentic way. And I'm like, you let these people interview you, vet you, come in your home, come to your jobs, all these things prior to, they tell you, you know, we're here, you meet with them at the 1 month, different little things, you could call them on speed dial, whatever. And just because you signed this pack, you're like, oh, I'm sorry, we weren't being authentic. So what did you think was going to happen? You didn't get any services from the experts. Like I said, this is the first season that now we know we can't blame the experts, because we really do hold the experts at a standard, because they have dropped the ball. Let's not let them drop the hook, right? But this is the first season where we're like, so what's really y'all? So they really could have been in there. But I also still say that production should have been called in sooner, especially with Emily and Brennan a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
But now I'm thinking, was she even being like any kind of, you know, abused by him? Or was she just saying that, you know, just to say it so she can have sympathy?
Maybe emotionally, like he did admit to being controlling, which we saw. Everybody's saying, but I'm wondering if Dr. P is thinking back, like, okay, maybe, because I feel like, y'all know I say the white lady tears. Emily is the queen of them.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper played right into that, but I feel like Dr. P are probably looking back in hindsight, like, hold on. Like, I feel like she was defending Emily, and even on decision day, she was like, I'm glad you stuck up for yourself. But sticking up for yourself in saying ways that she's the victim and she's not.
Right. Well, hindsight is 2020, you know, so when they finally what they're saying, maybe these other thoughts came to mind. All right, so comments we'll start with. We have 2 from Deborah. First one is, unpopular opinion, 5 weeks before you're told you're sexting someone you have an emotional relationship with. 5 weeks before production is following you, getting B-roll, experts visits, pay visit, you had 50-50. But it's still before you met somebody, though. I mean, you
wouldn't necessarily be matched. But also, I feel like Lauren was very clear that she's sex positive, so she may not have even had like an emotional connection with the person. Is what I was thinking.
And then she also says 50-50 chance. I don't feel she was as committed as Orion. He knew what was happening at 5 weeks before. That's why he accused her of not being as committed. I mean, okay.
I think it matters more in the relationship, though. I feel like in the relationship, Lauren was more committed. So as committed as Orion thought he was leading up to it, once he actually got into the relationship, he wasn't committed.
Right. Well, the The ladies tell the experts again is about the optics and how the men didn't want to look bad, and Cameron's the ringleader. Emily said the men were paranoid, especially when the experts were around, and when they had to come together as a group. I'm like, the men weren't just paranoid, so were you, because you didn't have to follow the leader.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to give up your mind for someone who technically is a stranger you're trying to get to know for a lasting relationship, to be like, oh, okay. Because you don't know. So what's the saying? So if someone jumps off the roof, you are too, or if the bridge you're going to jump to, they all jumped. They held hands and jumped. So anyways, Deborah said, she definitely said she had emotional relationships just like him.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, the experts again asked why they didn't reach out for help. And, again, they just felt like they were being silenced. That's their code, their words: silence, optics, and dismissed is their reasons why. So I'm like, everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody
was like, so you gonna sit here and tell me that it's all the guys did this? I'm like, thank you, Pascal. Thank you.
Right. So when the experts meet with the men, they're like, okay, so we heard that the lady said this, give us your point of view. And now Cameron's back for the shenanigans, the foo-la-la. And I had to say, I chuckled with Cameron. He's like, so they're talking and they're like, so you didn't realize all the ladies had on pink, that they had all this togetherness sitting here? Right. So they came up with the plan to make us look bad, and I was like, well, kind of, I guess, I guess solidarity, whatever. But again, I think Dr. Pepper was just kind of like just a little bit more lenient with the ladies to me with the answers, even though she did end up saying to the men and the ladies separately that, we want the best for you to move on in life. We, just leave all this behind and keep moving forward. So just to make sense of that. But Pastor Kel saying he was conflicted. I was like, I don't know why. You've seen this season after season after season. Mm-hmm. It's depths, but you've seen people on here lying. You know what I'm saying? So that's just.
They need to bring back Dr. Viviana. That's just my 2 cents, because she would have been reading everybody.
All right. So then, let me show one more quote here. MAFS quote 4. I also love how Emily said America will love her. I'm pretty sure the opposite happened. She's probably the least favorite cast member. Also, the way she acted will scare off any other guy to date. That's at the very bottom.
Listen, she's at the bottom of the list. Alyssa is above her now.
That's what I was about to say.
You know how hard that is to be above Alyssa?
Alyssa and Chris.
God, Chris.
Wow. That's
she's at the bottom of the barrel.
I think Chris and her might be tied.
Maybe Chris is the guy, but Alyssa definitely, as the women, she's definitely at the bottom.
We'll do the men and women category. No,
yeah.
Yet, but she's above Alyssa. So Emily won, Alyssa too. So all right. So to wrap up the reunion, Kevin brings back everyone together. The ladies are talking a gang of smack on the way to sit down, aren't they? They're talking gang of mess. I was like, just go out there.
Night, throw our bras in the fire. We're gonna do this.
Right. So anyways, they're giving each other pep talks that they can do it. We're almost finished. And Brennan is there for everything. And Emily just can't help with the sarcastic comments. Claire's into the mess too. And Kevin has to step in to say, hey, can we have a civil conversation? Let's keep this cool. Let's get this done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is it all necessary? Yes, Courtney Nettie said Chris is definitely number one. Still number one for sure.
Yeah. And then who had her legs all crossed up like she was in a yoga position?
Claire, the therapist.
Claire. Like you in a whole cute outfit and you really crossed up like you in kindergarten.
She is now called crisscross applesauce.
Crisscross applesauce. I didn't want to say the other one because I don't want to be, but I'm just saying.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. You know, Millennial is a teacher, so That's
Yes, crisscross applesauce.
Thank you for educating me because I'm still saying the other one. Okay, so
For the sake of the show,
yes, but that's how we do it.
I will say crisscross applesauce. But
That's
we
what it
know,
is.
please, because
yeah,
just O-line is watching.
Yes.
he ain't watching. Well, if he is, you a liar, and the truth ain't in you.
Right. So then Kevin decided to bring up different little clips of the show. I'm not even going to talk about the clips of the unseen moments because those weren't really
I don't even care.
But when he brought up the double dating clip when, Cameron admitted about the, at the after decision day, that was him, they really want Cameron to be the instigator. But if Cameron and Claire, at the time they were still married and they're pillow talking, is he really instigating, or was it a conversation keep between the two? Because I'm like, if you sign a pact to look a certain way on TV, but yet the person you're pillow talking to spills the tea, where's the happy medium? I don't think you have one. Clearly, they didn't have one because the tea got out, right? So then Kevin asked Cameron about the details, and Claire and Emily are losing their composure, and Emily's like, "Why are you lying? Why?" I'm like, "Girl, I thought you said about 20 minutes ago you was cool, you passed this, but now you acting like your feelings are. It can't be both ways. Which one is it?
It can't be. Yeah.
It's too much
She
emotions
don't know.
attached. Still, why is she so emotional if she's like, "Oh, it was never like that"? Miss Big and Bad. But now you broke down. You had to walk off. You had to be counseled by production, pep talk, and then come back out talking about, "Oh, I'm gonna go back out there so Brennan won't be talking about me behind my back." Girl, he's talking about you in front of you.
In your face.
So what do you think about that scene with Emily just being all choked up with her theatrics? I know, Jazz, the tears, but I mean, what do you think about it?
I don't know who she's doing it for. I don't know if she's big and bad for herself because she with her friends or what it is, but all I gotta say is she's a loser and get her off my TV screen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I absolutely agree.
Doing it for the gram. But what's Claire doing it for? Why is Claire so emotional to someone who clearly didn't want to be bothered with her, to let her know that he was even in the hospital getting shocked back to life when he got out of the hospital, and anything else?
Claire is about the optics as well. I think as much as everybody talk about the guys were worried about how they looked, Claire was worried about how she looked.
Oh, Frappe and T said it was deflection tactic. Do it for the gram. What she wants her.
She doesn't want any accountability. Like, she's always right, and it can't terrible twos. That's it right there.
Yeah. Deborah W says, "I've never seen such butthurt women, and this reunion was at the end of December." Yes, it was December 13th, which was almost a year after they were married. I still did not hear of any of the women, etc., besides Lauren taking accountability.
And that's a problem.
Yeah. So anyways, next week, let me see if I still have that. I will be doing the next week because this spoiler is courtesy of Mavs fan. This is what's going to be for next week's live. And after that is a wrap on Denver. So it says the Denver singles reunite, but the marriage drama endures as clear divisions are drawn between the men and the women, while one couple revisits their chemistry to see if it's worth rekindling. So I wonder who that is. A divorcee explores her feelings for one of her ex-husbands, which causes friction with his former bride. Spoiler, this will be about Michael and Lauren. But I want to know who is the other couple that's rekindling their relationship.
I think it's Austin and Claire.
Yeah, no, Austin and Becca. It gotta be.
I mean, yeah, Austin and Becca.
Maybe
that's the only one I think.
Plot twist: it's Michael want to date Lauren and Chloe. Because why would Chloe be so upset? She took the high road. So why are you so upset that Michael moved on, want to date Lauren to see what's happening?
I said Michael and Lauren should have been together from the jump. So let's not do this. That match makes sense to me. Emily is you said it, not me, Cynthia. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, so that's the only reason I'm going to watch it. But I will say, I should have pulled it earlier. I did see I think it was IG. It was a picture, and on the airplane, sitting in the 3 seats, was Cameron. You saw it, Tamika?
Mm-hmm.
It was Cameron, Chloe, and Brennan. So who knows where they're going? Looks like they're going on a trip somewhere. They were definitely on a plane, going somewhere in the same 3 seats.
Why would them
see
be
Chloe
together?
and Brennan?
Chloe
I can see that. I can see that.
I can't see that.
I don't know. Plot twist. Frappes and T said Austin supposedly hooked up with his roommate. I mean, there's lots of I heard that too.
Yeah.
I heard
I can see that.
But I think the guys were just dating, except for Orion. I think the guys were doing what they were doing, and the ladies found out after the fact. And I think that's part of the reason why they're hurt, that animosity, because they went off script and they found out after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
What I think. So, all right. So, what do we think about Denver? Never go back to Denver again. Married at first sight. We cool on Denver.
No, it's not enough people of color in Denver. That's what we learned.
Like Denver nor the surrounding areas. We don't need none of that. So, anyways, all right. Well, thank y'all for joining. I appreciate it. Like I said, one more time. What'd you say? Boo. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to do the Where Are They Now? So if you could join live, that's awesome. If not, catch the replay. I know it's a lot to watch. Hopefully it's only an hour. I didn't check to see how long it was going to be. Hopefully we don't need 2 hours of Where Are They Now? We just don't.
It's going to be 2 hours.
I'm trying to prep myself out of thinking it's going to be 2 hours. So, but I appreciate it. Also, I will be back for the 90-day franchise live. It's going to be, the first half is going to be what I didn't review last week because I was out of town, and then we'll jump into it. But I will say Nicole was doing her thing last week. So all I got to say. One last comment, and then let you go. Deborah W says, Brennan ain't got to go to no goat farm. Ain't going to go to no goat farm. But actually, I feel Chloe was lying about all that. Oh, you don't think he's going to be there with the goats and the kids, Brennan? No, I don't see it either. You see it, Tamika? Okay, you see it, Jada?
No.
No. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in the chat on replay. Thank you. Enjoy your evening, and I'll see you on the next one.
All right. Bye.
Bye.